All right, it says we're live. Let's double check that and make sure we actually are live. Okay, we are in fact live. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes. And I am trying to get back into doing live streams, like weekly live streams. Right now, my days off are Wednesdays and Sundays. Oh, that was my Kindle. Um, so I have Wednesdays and Sundays off, so I'm gonna try to do them on Sunday mornings before everyone else is awake, because usually on Sundays I go into town with my husband while he works and I do laundry. So it is 6 o'clock in the morning for me, so it's really early, but I've been up since 5. No worries. And yeah, we're gonna do this live stream. It's a little bit chilly in my house, hence the hoodie and the hat. Plus, my hair is doing weird things because the short hair is too long. Anyways, all right. Hello, everyone. So if you are new here, what I generally tend to do is 25-minute sprints with some chat in between. During the sprints, I have a timer on screen. I use the forest app for those who want to grow some pretty trees while we're writing, and I also put prompts on the screen that you can decide whether or not you want to use. You don't have to. Because it is Camp Nano, all of my prompts have been kind of related to characters and stuff like that, like asking specific things that may never even show up in your story, but things you might want to think about with your characters, just in case, you need to get to know your characters a little better. Again, you don't have to use those prompts. They're just there if you want to use them, or if you need them, or you need some like inspiration. And the other thing is that you don't have to be writing. You can be editing. You can be doing chores for all I care. Like, honestly, I probably should be doing dishes right now. So, anyways, let's say hi to everyone in the chat. We have Mercer with us. Hello, Mercer. Was just literally searching for a YouTube writing stream. This is best timing. Also, I think it is in my description. I tried adding it in. I don't know if it actually was successful. There is a link to a Google spreadsheet someone has created with a list of all the known author tubers and writers who do any kind of videos. I haven't actually looked at it, like gone through A to Z and seen who all is listed on there. But I know there was like over 100 channels on it. So I imagine you can click on that list if you're ever looking for a live stream and find someone in some time zone somewhere in the world doing something you're interested in. So that's cool. And hopefully it's in the description. I tried adding it in. I don't know if it actually was successful. So, and can I check that real quick? I can't possibly check that real quick. Just because I would like to know for myself if it actually worked the way I wanted to. Links mentioned, AuthorTube and writing playlist. Yep, it's there. Okay, cool. And that's what I needed to know. Okay. Alrighty. So hello. If you ever need that, that's there. I actually have it saved on my bookmarks thing now, so I can click on it and go to it whenever I need it. I'm not certain who all created it. I know that it was created in part because Devin Cutting was not posting videos on their channel, but they were posting like daily playlists of who was doing live streams, and their account got canceled. I think it was canceled or disabled. I don't know which, but it was kind of made in response to that. I don't remember if Devin's got their channel back or not, but I've been out of the AuthorTube loop for so long, I don't remember anything. See, there's my hair doing weird things. Okay, anyways, that's why I have the hood on, because it's just being weird today. All right, cool. I'm glad you'll be able to use that in the future, Mercer. So it is 4 after the hour. I'm going to go ahead, and usually I have our first forest app tree up for those who want it, and I wasn't smart enough to put that up yet. So let me get that created. We're going to grow, what kind of tree do I want to grow today? We're going to grow a moon tree, just because it's still dark outside for me. Like it's daybreak now, so Create room. Give me the code. Thank you. So 5V5. I'm going to put it on the screen too. BUV CSG. 5V5 BUV CSG. Okay, cool. All right. So again, you don't have to use this if you don't want to, but if you feel like growing a tree, we're going to be growing a moon tree. Let's see if I can show you guys. That's what we're going to be growing. And it's pretty, in my opinion. So, all right. That is there for whoever wants it. The other thing I'm hoping to do, so most people count Sundays like the beginning of the week. I actually count Mondays, the beginning of the week. And the other thing I would like to do, I'll give it a couple minutes for anyone to join the Force app. The other thing I would like to start doing is vlogs. I really miss doing vlogs. So my thought process is that I will vlog throughout the week. And then on Sundays, while we're doing these sprints, I will probably, can't guarantee this yet, probably be editing my own vlogs. That way I can publish vlogs again, because I miss doing vlogs. They were like some of my favorite videos to make. Over talking videos, well, a lot of my vlogs were talking videos, but yeah. So, right. I don't understand. Well, I can't say anything because I used to as well, but that's because calendars are made with Sunday as the end of the week. And it's just, or the beginning of the week. I mean, like it goes Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday on a calendar. I don't know when that started, because even in my head, I'm like, it's called the weekend, but you're going to start the week on the weekend. Doesn't make sense to me. So I don't know. But now I do Mondays as the start of my week. So hopefully starting tomorrow, I'll be doing weekly vlogs again. So see, I did, until someone pointed out, they were like, I start my weeks on Mondays. I was like, oh, mind blowing. Mind blowing. Don't know why, but it was. Alrighty. I'll give it 2 more minutes, since I didn't have the code up right away. See if anyone else is going to join us in the Forest app, and then we'll start our first sprint at 10 after. But yeah, like now, especially like, I don't remember when it started for me, because it was before I took the HB90 course. But now that I've taken the HB90 course, I definitely cannot go back. And like the calendar on my phone is set to start on Monday. So like it goes Monday through Sunday instead of Sunday through Saturday. And it's actually one of the reasons I don't use Google Calendar. I use another calendar app. I don't know what the calendar app is called, and I don't want to close the Forest app just in case. Just Googled it because they took it from the Hebrew calendar, not Judaism. It has it on Sunday, but their Sabbath is Saturday. Oh. Okay. And the other thing that doesn't make sense to me too, with if you want to go by religious reasons, everyone says that Sunday is the day of rest. Why would you put the day of rest at the beginning of the week? To me, you want to put that at the end of the week. So, just saying. But yeah, oh, that's something I need to do. I need to like look at plan my week ahead, because the kids have swim is about to start. We have finished archery, except for like 2 events, like fun events, like a barbecue, I think, and a 3D, what they call a 3D shoot, where they try to shoot ping pong balls that are swinging in the air, and stuffed animals and stuff like that. So, and by stuffed animals, like the fake 3D models of the animals for archery. Yeah. So they have that coming up, and then the family barbecue, where everyone from our archery group gets together and does that. And then we just got the notification yesterday that swim signups are May 1st. So I have to start planning my week ahead and getting that ready. So that's probably what I'm going to do in this first sprint. I should be working on my story, but I think I'm going to be planning my week ahead instead, because I've got some things coming up that I wasn't prepared for. All right, it's 10 after the hour. So we're going to get this set up for the first sprint. We're doing 25 minutes. Here is our first prompt. Again, you don't have to use these if you don't want to, but it's there in case you need some extra, motivation or anything like that. Okay, and I've got our Google timer up. So we'll be able to sprint, and we're going to do, I want to get 5. Oh, I didn't even ask about goals today. Okay, we'll chat about that on the next break. So be thinking about it. What are some of your goals for this month, this week, today's stream? You can go as small or as big as you want to go. So here we go. We're going to do 25 minutes on the clock, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, that is time, everyone. What'd you do? How'd you do? Let me know in the comments below. Welcome, Just Eva. Welcome, Eva. Dude, I don't know why I said it that way. It's still early in the morning. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna create a new forest code so that we can continue sprinting. And I will put it on the screen, and then I will look over the chat and see how everyone did. I added in all the swim meet stuff that I could to my planner, and I say that that I could because like there was dates given but no times. So, other than like I know it's early morning, so that's a thing. Do banners. Edit this one. Let's change this. 6 FK 5 VA PSG. 6 FK 5 VA PSG. Okay, that's right. All right, we're going to grow a starry tree this time, a space tree. I don't remember what kind of tree it is. All righty. Let's see. Also, what are your guys' goals, whether it's for today, for this month, this week? What are you guys up to? Productivity-wise. All righty. Mercer, 404 words. Had to erase some of it so I could go in a different direction. Nothing wrong with that. Been there, done that. Eva, this MC lives with her father. Her mother lives further off and is engaged. The MC is gaining a stepfather. She's 12. Overall healthy co-parenting situation. That's good. I have gotten to the point where I am ready to read more stories where the co-parenting relationship between divorcees is actually pretty healthy instead of like they hate each other. Yeah, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for more of that. I'm editing and I got a page done. Handwriting, so I have a page. Hello, Portia. Page and a half so far. Awesome. I think I started before the time. No, that's okay. Goals. Like to finish this edit. It's a quick one, so make it readable, and then fast draft the next book. Middle grade, shorter. Okay. So I've seen multiple links for middle grade. Like, technically, the first Harry Potter book was originally published as middle grade. So I'm curious, like, what's your guys' thoughts? I realize what the traditional publishing world sees middle grade as. Like, I get that. I've seen all those specs. But like for you personally, do you follow that? Or is there a certain range you aim for with middle grade? I'm just curious because like for me with middle grade, if I were to write a middle grade book, I think my aim would be somewhere between 20 and 30,000 words. So I'm just curious what you guys who write middle grade do. Because that in my mind seems like a solid rounded number for a middle grade book, like an easier chapter book for middle grade age. And I'm thinking with the mindset of my kid, my oldest, doesn't like to read. So something that's short, punchy, fast that she can get through really quick, I think would hold her interest better. And that's where my mindset is with this. And that's why I think about it that way. Mercer, my goal for today is the MC to finally meet her love interest. Okay, sorry. Eva's goals are by the end of April. Okay. Fast drafts have been 19 to 25K. Book 1 is around 30K, but I'd rather 40K. I'm just writing the story until feedback tells me otherwise. Wow, okay. More along Babysitter's Club or Goosebumps links than Harry Potter. Okay, yeah, see, that's what I think of. I think of like Goosebumps. I think of Babysitter's Club. I'm reading a book called Dragons in a Bag right now. It's a great book so far. It's cute, it's super cute. And that's what I think of when I think of stuff like that. Del Toro Quest, middle grade. Actually, she's really into horror. And she's really into graphic novels. So like as soon as like a Five Nights at Freddy's graphic novel comes out, we snap it up real quick because that is something I know she will read, and she reads it over and over and over again. So yeah, my youngest came up to me the other day. She was like, "Did you know that we bought it at like a Scholastic book fair for the kids? Like not last year, but I think it was the year before." And so my youngest had apparently forgotten this, and she came up to me. She was like, there's a sequel to a book I think we've read before. I'm like, okay, what's the book? And she was like, Dragons in a Bag. And I'm like, yeah, we own that one. She's like, we do? So I had to go pull it off the shelf for her. She's like, did you know it has a sequel? And I was like, yeah, because that's why we bought the first one. I don't remember the blurb enough to because I don't have it near me. And I'm an out of sight, out of mind person. Middle grade is a great example of how not to over right. It's like middle grade is so simplistic in a lot of ways, and I really wish I could write shorter stories to do that, but not so far. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. I did read a couple of Del Toro quests when I was my kids' age. Actually, I was a little older than them. I think I was a teenager already. So, all right, I'll give it a couple more minutes and then we'll start the next sprint. I don't really have goals. I do want to complete this client story that I've been working on off and on. I just got to chapter 5. I got a little stuck on near the end of chapter 4 because like I was trying to make chapters reach a certain word count, but the more I read through my outline, I was like, I can't reach that word count with what my outline says needs to happen here and there. So I'm going to finish up this first draft. I tend to be an underwriter, so what I'm hoping for is when I go back to the when I go back to edit it, I'll either cut some stuff out of previous chapters because my mind is weird, and to me, all the chapters should be roundabouts the same length within a certain range, and I am well under that range for chapter 4, but I got everything that needed to happen in that chapter done, so it might just stay that length. We'll see. But yeah, it's planned out to be 12 chapters and an epilogue. So my goal was originally to finish that by the end of this month, but it's already the 23rd of April. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but I am making progress on it. It was one of the reasons why last week, the week before, I'm forgetting now, the week of the 10th, I was doing a live stream every night so I could like try to get as much work done on as possible because I had told myself that at the beginning of April I would complete it and I would work on it daily. The only time I've actually worked on that story is when I've done a live stream. So that's fun. But that's also why I'm trying to do live streams again is so I can get back into writing because I have things I want to do. And on the next chat, I'll talk about that a little bit. But yeah. Let's see. Book 1 is off to alpha readers. I'm doing a fast edit over book 2 and develop some dev notes. Drafting book 3, hoping to finish the series in September, doing an edit in May for an author, though. Okay. So if I miss April, I may miss September. Yeah. I have been reading a lot of thrillers lately because I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks while at work because I have nothing else to do other than listen to music and listen to audiobooks. So I've been alternating between the two. So it's been fun. Goal of the month is to get Lake Arius Caverns. Arius? I've never been able to actually write past that point. You've got this. You can do it. You can do it. Ooh, I love a good omnibus. All right, it is 45 after. We're going to do another sprint. Let me get us all set up. Let's see. There's our timer. All right. And you don't have to use the forest app. It was just there for anyone who wanted to use it. I saw your comment, Eva. I did not skip it. I just forgot to mention that. All right, here we go. So again, prompts, I like to put them up. You don't have to use them. And all of them this month are related to characters or your MC, your main character, because of the fact that it's Camp Nano. Again, you don't have to use it. Just it's there if you want it. All right, so let me get my timer up where I can actually see it and press the button. And we're going to start writing in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, everyone, that's time. How'd you do? What you do? Let me know in the comments. I will go ahead and get our next forest chat up and running, and then I will look at the chat. We're gonna grow starburst tree. Starburst tree. Let's edit this one. Let's see. 6U9BW JSG. Okay, so 6U9BWB JSG. Okay. Show. All right. If you want to join the forest app, you can. You don't have to. It's all good. Just like growing trees. All right. Let's see. I wrote words, but because I did not clear out the word count from previous, it shows my total word count for today instead of just this sprint. So it's a lot of words. It's all good. All right. Let's see. Comments. Prompt 2. Callie doesn't have immediate family because she was isekai'd into a fantasy world. Awesome. I love a good isekai. My husband's watching, or he just finished one. I don't know which one. And then he's listening to some isekai D&D kind of stuff where like they've got, I don't know exactly what's going on as far as the world goes, but like their role playing is like a 1920s gangster, William Shakespeare, and some other various historical figures throughout time and history. So it's hearing him talk about it's been a lot of fun. Let's see. Jenny is close to her father, but it doesn't matter much of the story. It's not necessary. Yeah, I thought that was one of the things I thought about when I was putting these prompts up. I was like, it was one of those matters of like, how well do you know your characters kind of thing? Not that you actually needed to put the information in the story itself, but some things that you might want to keep in mind as you're writing kind of things. That's where I was going with that. Like just things to get to know your characters as people, because like in my main series, my main character does not have a good relationship with her family. And while bits and pieces of that show up throughout the series, it hasn't really been fully explored yet, kind of. Like parts of it have been. We've seen snippets, but not like the whole story. But in order to like build their relationship with each other, even for those little snippets, I had to know the whole story before I started writing book 1. So like I know everything outside of those little snippets that are shown, just so I can show like how her relationship is with her dad, which is not good at all. And like I know why it's that. Like I know the start of that because it wasn't always that way. They used to have a really good relationship with each other. And then something happened that we will discover in later books, but we haven't talked about yet. There was an incident that happened that kind of destroyed their relationship with each other. And now they basically hate each other. And on the opposite end, her and her mom have a good relationship with each other, but because her mom refuses to leave her father, it's kind of put a damper on the relationship with each other. And it's one of those, I love you, but I'm going to love you from afar kind of things because I have no desire to be anywhere near that guy. So that was kind of the mindset with making these prompts for this month, was how well do you know your characters, even if this stuff never shows up in your stories. Mercer got 530 words. That is awesome. Went through a ton of IG stories to get to the point where there weren't any for unknown reasons. I got half a page more. Said it done. Nice. One of my characters, each book has a different character's POV. That's cool. Is that for that series that you were talking about, the 6-book series? Each book has a different character's POV. Am I right? Is that what we're talking about? I don't know. Has much more complex family situation that does bleed and supply. See, yeah, I know everything about Callie. What's going to happen to her, mainly because it's a game fan fiction and it's already set out. Okay, of course, some things are changing, but most the same. I love you. I love myself. Love that for you. Yeah, so like, it's a great relationship that they have. It's great. Why do I have spots on my? I just cleaned my glasses before we went live, and I haven't touched them. I swear the ghosties need to quit messing with me. Book 1 and Book 6 are from the same character, but then each of the others is a different character. It's a 5-member friend group. 5-member friend. Oh, okay. Okay. I like that. That's one of the things I'm tossing around with one of my other series is that when I was originally planning it and publishing it, book 1 was one character, one set of characters. Book 2 was another set. Book 3 was another set. And then book 4 was supposed to tie all the books back together with the first character again. But the more I start thinking and re-outlining the last book, the more I'm like, I'm not telling it from the right character's point of view. It needs to be from this other character's point of view, because their actions are what drives everything in the story, and my original main character is just reacting to their decisions. So really, it's not the original main character's story, it's the other character's story. So I need to change it to their point of view. The problem is, yeah, I'm gonna give spoilers if I talk about what that problem is. So I gotta figure that out. It's like it's not a spoiler, but it is a spoiler. So I can't do that. So I draft a character book and learn a lot about them. That's why I call my readers office. The entire series will need a round of edits once I'm done with the entire series. Right? Like I need to get a second pair. I need to go to the eye doctor and get my prescription renewed, and then I need to get 2 pairs instead of just one so I can alternate between the 2. Also, because I have animals and kids, and like I only have 1 pair of glasses, and if something happens to them, I'm kind of screwed anyway. So I kind of need that secondary backup pair. Ooh, querying. Okay. I'm in love with this idea. I have no desire to go the traditional route, but I do appreciate those who do. Like spot on, love you guys. I went down that route many, 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 many moons ago, and it's not one I plan on revisiting now that I'm self-publishing. I just don't write fast enough, and I don't edit fast enough. And yes, I realize that most places are like, we publish only 1 book a year per contract, but at the same time, I like being able to say, I can write until this deadline, and then I can still skip past that deadline like it never existed in the first place. So, yeah. That being said, I do sign up for like anthologies when I see one I'm interested in. Like I've signed up for one I'm working on after I finish this client project. And with the various anthologies I've been a part of, some of those have been with like small presses. Some of them have been like a bunch of indie authors getting together and all of them publishing under one person's publishing company and stuff like that. I think this anthology I've just signed up for is one of those where it's a small press via one of the authors. Yeah. So that's just, but some of them have been done by small presses. So it's been interesting. I fully admit that I'm probably more of a hybrid author than a self-published author. So want to try both routes, middle grade, getting into schools. Yes, that's what I've heard, is that getting into schools, because of the, especially like if you publish with Scholastic, because of the Scholastic book fairs. Because I don't know about other schools, but both the schools that my kids have been in, the elementary schools, a lot of the teachers have bought multiple copies of the Scholastic book fair books to do as read-throughs with their classes. So like, especially, not gonna lie, if I were to write middle grade, I might try that route, because like you were talking about unicorn goals with seeing your book at a book fair. Unicorn goal for me, I'm not gonna lie, the Mouse House is like a monopoly that's like a monster, but unicorn goal for me is to write for them. Like, I'm not kidding. If they approached me now and said, we want you to write, especially if they said, we want you to write Star Wars, I'll be like, I'm doing it. Like, that is unicorn goal for me, is to do something like that. All right, we're 20 after the hour. We got one more writing sprint to go. We're going to go ahead and get set up, and we're going to do that. And then we'll come back to unicorn goals, because like, I actually had like I'm going to get us set up while I'm talking. I actually had like an epiphany about unicorn goals, because I've always done the dream big, but I've never done the biggest you can big. Like, even if it's a goal that's you think you will never achieve kind of big. And I've been doing that recently, and it's been really interesting. So I wanted to go back to like my HB90 goals and start looking over those, and I want to talk about a couple of them, of the unicorn goals as you call them. But before that, we're going to do another writing sprint. Let's do 25 minutes. Yeah, and again, you don't have to use the prompt. It's there if you want it. So here we go. 25 minutes on the clock. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go. I had to find the button. That is time. How'd you do? What you do? Let me know in the comments below. That was also our last sprint. We're only going to be doing 3 today. So, and the reason for that is because there's only 15 minutes until the top of the hour, and my husband does have work, and because we only have one vehicle, and I've got places I need to be with the kiddos today for 4-H, which I was reminded of when I had to input all the swim meet stuff. See, my hair's doing weird stuff today. So since I was reminded of all that when I put in all the swim meet stuff, I definitely need to get ready to go myself when I get him up and get the kids up to get ready to go. So that's why we're only doing 3 today. Go ahead and take that down. All right. So how did everybody do? I got more words written, but I also had breakfast, so I can't complain too much. I made some oatmeal, and that took up most of the time because I didn't feel like writing while I was waiting for the teapot to start, screaming at me that it was boiling. So, all right. Let's see. Mercer got 762 words. That's awesome. I thought moving to the UK was a unicorn goal, but here I am. That's awesome. Congrats. Hit some big goals in my life that I sincerely thought were unicorn goals, but now I set the biggest. I dream fearlessly. In some ways, I did dream that way fearlessly. In other ways, I did it because, I would really love to go to, Disneyland or Disney World. But I do not do well in crowds. My energy goes from here to here in 30 minutes. And so when I think about that, and I think about the fact that I would have to wait in line for rides, and I have to wait in line for various things, the idea, as much as I would love to go to Disney World or Disneyland, the idea of putting up with crowds and just standing around so many people and feeling my energy drain does not sound appealing to me. In fact, that sounds like an absolute positive nightmare. So, while that is technically a dream goal, I also realize that realistically, it's probably never going to happen. Not because of finances, not because of time off, or not because of working, or not because my family doesn't want to go with me, because I would go alone. I'm just saying. But just because I know myself and I know how well I do in crowds, and I just can't see myself doing it outside of my head. So that's why that's technically a unicorn goal, but it's not. Another goal is to publish a book for my youngest while he's still of an age to enjoy it. He's already capable of reading everything, but enjoys picture books, saving for an illustrator. Oh, that's cute. I love that. Much plotting as writing my own stuff does. So I just... okay, hold on. I feel like that was part 2. Okay, hold on. I've self-published a short story, probably not going to go traditional publishing, but at the moment in developing my writing style by writing fan fiction, and the type I write, mainly rewrites, doesn't require as much plotting. Okay, that was as writing as my own stuff does, so I just do fan fiction. My sister is writing a fan fiction. She's doing a OC insert of My Hero Academia, and she is absolutely crushing it. She does not generally, she usually writes 10,000 words max, but she's been sending me picture updates, and on her days off, she has been knocking out word counts because she sent me a screenshot the other day, and she has now written 77,000 words just in the month of April on this fan fiction she's doing of My Hero Academia. So I'm over here yes! Because she's not only writing, but she's writing something she really enjoys, and she's having a lot of fun, and this is the most she's ever written in her lifetime. She's super excited about it, and because of that, I'm super excited for her. It's just the greatest thing ever. Total word count for words for this stream is 1,703. I have no idea how many words I wrote total. Let me find out. Not as many as I would like, I know that, but that's okay because I'm getting words done in said project. Let's see, writing history today. 1,523. You know what? I will... yeah. I can count. Okay. Yeah, 1,523. I can deal with that. That's not bad for 3 sprints, actually. I'm okay with that. So, we can deal with that. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. I have not played that. I do own it. I haven't played it. Technically, it's an OC insert, but it's RPG. Yeah, so yeah. My daughter was playing Skyrim yesterday. And I'm sitting there going, "Don't do that. You're gonna get killed." And I was like laughing at her every time she got killed. And I'm like, "Hee hee, I told you." But we all have a tendency in my family. My husband plays the game. He finishes it, he beats the game, then he starts over with a different character, beats the game, does that over and over. Hi, Ogre. Ogre says hi. But I have never, like, I can count on one hand how many games I've beaten, because I get to a point where I get bored and I go months without playing, and then I start over. And then I'm a binge gamer. Like right now I'm binge gaming Sims 4, and I'm doing the 100 baby challenge just because I can and I want to, and I'm making up my own rules instead of using the actual traditional rules because they just added infants and stuff. And I've been playing that almost every day straight for like an hour at a time every day. But I'm one of those people that I will do that for like a really good space of time. And then I will, hi Ogre, and then I will just not play for months. And then I'll start over with something new. And I have never beaten Skyrim because of it. I've got like 10 different saves. All Khajiits. Because I love a Khajiit. I've never played another race other than Argonian. I think I've played Khajiit and Argonian in Skyrim. But yeah. Yeah, I think I have all of the Elder Scrolls games except for the online ones. I think I have all of them now, not on this computer, on my PC. This is my laptop. It travels with me, and yeah, I don't play games on it. I don't think it can handle it even if I wanted to. But as far as like unicorn dreams go, like I've got that Disney World. I've got the writing for Disney. There's another publishing company. If they approach me and I want to write with specific authors. Like Mercedes Lackey is one of my favorite authors, and now there's other people writing in the Valdemar world, which is what introduced me to fantasy. One of my favorite series, my favorite book of all time. Like, while people are like, "Can I name the top 5?" No, I've got a top 1. And my favorite book ever is Magic's Pawn by Mercedes Lackey. And if someone came up to me like today and said, "Hey, we want you to write in the world of Valdemar," I would not turn it down. I would do it because I absolutely love that world. And so like there's specific authors that are like unicorn goals. I would love to work with them, or love to be, even if it's just in the same anthology as them. I was like, I have a story in the anthology with like Patricia Briggs or Mercedes Lackey or Jim Butcher. And there's some like indie published authors too that I'm like, I would love to be in an anthology with them. Just because like that is like future goals for me. And I'm already in an anthology with an author that I really look up to. They did not have a story in the anthology. They wrote the foreword, and that's RJ Blaine. And the anthology is Summer Solstice Seduction. And my story in there is Presumed Dead. So like that, I've already technically hit that goal in some ways, but like I would like to be in an anthology with Patricia Briggs, Jim Butcher, Faith Hunter, like other paranormal romance big name people. Like I think that would be awesome. Paranormal romance and urban fantasy, because I write both. In fact, actually, my main series is currently advertised as paranormal romance, but it's more urban fantasy than paranormal romance. So when I do the whole recover and reblurbing and rebranding, that's the word I'm looking for, it's actually going to be under urban fantasy, because that is more what it's like. It was originally written to be more like a paranormal romance, but the more I write it, the more I publish it, I'm like, it's not paranormal romance. So, yeah. Yes, it does run on MacBooks, and it probably would run on mine. It's the space issue. I don't have enough space. In fact, daily I get notifications saying that I've used up all my space on like iCloud and stuff, and everything for some reason wants to save to iCloud. And I'm like, I don't have a lot of space in iCloud. Can you quit, please? And even when I set it to like an external hard drive, it automatically defaults back to the iCloud as soon as like I unplug the external hard drive, which I do because I take my laptop everywhere when I'm going to do laundry until it's time for the 4-H stuff. So I'm taking my laptop with me. And that means that I have to unplug the external hard drive. So I have to reset it every time I unplug the external hard drive. And it sucks because then it tries to upload everything to iCloud. And I have a lot of story stuff. I have like over 3 gigs worth of story stuff, I think. Probably not that much. I'm probably over-exaggerating by a lot, but still. So that's my problem, is that I just don't have the space for the games that I want to play. Like Sims, I've heard, runs really good on Mac, and I would actually love to play that because it'd be cool to be like out and about in the wild playing Sims instead of writing sometimes. So yeah, that's my reasoning. It's not because it can't run on it. It probably can. In fact, I know it can't because I have played some games on this MacBook. It's the storage issue that. Oh, hi, Jester. Good morning. You're awake now. Oh, girl, I've already said morning to you multiple times. You big giant cuddlebug. Go away. Oh, do you guys need to go outside? Be right back. Let me let them outside real quick. But. Oh, come on. Yes, I make weird random noises when I'm doing things. But okay, so like, let me see. Let me look at my list of like unicorn dreams. Right in the Baltimore universe, be included in mythology. Okay, so like the ones I have listed, and there's actually I have it listed as urban fantasy writers. Jim Butcher, Patricia Briggs, Faith Hunter, R.J. Blaine, Ilona Andrews, Catherine Banks, Laurel Knight, Yumori Wilson, Sarah Cannon, and E.A. Copen. Like, those are dream goals. Host a writing retreat at a castle. Host a writing retreat at a cabin. Collaborate with other authors in a shared universe and or series. Have a summer home and a winter home. Like, big stuff. Because I've decided, I've lived in Montana now 2 years. I hate winter here in Montana. We are still technically in winter. It could snow tomorrow. I think it's actually supposed to snow tomorrow. So, that's fun. Let's see what else. Like I have a lot. I watched a video the other day where someone went to Disney and bought a whole bunch of lightsabers and would just hand them out to kids. And I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like a fun idea. I would love to do that. Just go buy a whole bunch of lightsabers and just start passing them out to random kids I see at Disneyland. Like I think that would be so much fun. Because I was that kid. I wanted a lightsaber. Unicorn goal I know will never happen is guest starring on Critical. Right? Like that's I didn't even think about that. That's an awesome idea. I want to do that. Like I think the other thing is that like I've noticed there's like 2 modes as far as like people fangirling over celebrities and stuff. Like you have 1 or 2 reactions. You either are really cool with them and like are down to earth and talk to them like a normal person, like they're just your average neighbor kind of thing. Or you're fangirling so hard that you can't even speak and you're squealing, you're going, oh my God, it's you, kind of thing. And while I don't want to be the second version, I don't think I'm going to be the first version either. So like one of my dream goals would be to meet the cast of Critical Role. Like not, I don't necessarily want to game with them because I don't have the imagination that they do. Like that's why I thoroughly enjoy listening to them and their gaming is because I'm like, I want to be that, but I'm not that. And I realize that. So I just want to meet them. That's the extent of my dream goal right there. Unicorn goals. I like calling them unicorn goals. Things you don't think will happen. I want to go to Dragon Con and I want to go, like, I have so many that I want to do. I want to travel as I'm writing. I attend conferences as my conventions as a cosplay as a favorite character. Like not even a favorite character like from an anime or like a show or anything like that. I want to cosplay as one of my characters and have people like recognize that character. I think that would be so cool to cosplay as one of my own characters and have people come up to me like, "Oh, you're so and so from such and such," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the author. Bye," and run away because I wouldn't be able to handle it otherwise. But to me, that's like big goals that may or may not ever happen, especially like with me and my energy levels and crowds and stuff. But like, I've been really thinking about that kind of stuff lately and how that works out. And I think it's getting much easier now for me to come up with those unicorn goals because like even just 2 years ago my biggest goal was, being able to, survive and pay my bills. That was like top tier goal for me. And now that I'm got to that point where I'm like, okay, I've got my bills covered. Now I'm finally starting to dream a little bit bigger. And then people tell me some of their unicorn goals, and I'm like, oh my god, that's a good one. And I won't say necessarily steal that idea, but I take the idea and tweak it. And some I just straight up steal, like the lightsaber, going out and buying a whole bunch of lightsabers at Disney and passing them out to kids. That straight up stole. Saw a TikTok with it. I was like, I want to do that. That's a dream goal of mine. Add it to the list. And it probably only got added to the list because I was working on said list when I saw that TikTok. Not gonna lie, that's probably the only reason it's on that list. But to me, that would be like the greatest thing ever because I was that kid that wanted a lightsaber. I still, as an adult, want a lightsaber. I want a custom built one now. So, like, that would be. I know as a kid that would have made my day if I'd gone to Disneyland and someone handed me a lightsaber. So now I want to go out and make someone else's day growing up. Like, I think that would be the coolest thing ever. But it's definitely easier now than it was even 2 years ago to start dreaming these bigger dreams and realizing that they could possibly happen. I'm trying to block out the lights and it's not working. The sun is on that side of the house now that it's up. All right, guys, it is 8:00 for me, which means it's time for me to get off because I have to go wake up my family, make sure that they're up and dressed so we can get out of the house because my husband has work. I have to wash laundry, and my kids have a 4-H thing. They have presentation day, and while they're not doing anything for presentation day, we are going to learn because they need to do it next year. So I thank you guys for joining me. I believe there's other streams and sprints going on other channels. If you're looking for more writing or productivity streams, probably there is a link in my description for a whole list of other author tubers and writers and stuff like that who are possibly doing streams. And even if they're not doing streams, check out their videos. Hey, guys, quit. The two cats are fighting. Silently fighting. They're pawing at each other. Now they're just staring at each other. Who will strike first? Ah, there it went. Okay. Anyways, all right. So, yeah, check out that link and see if there's anything that you're interested in looking at, whether it's videos or live streams or anything like that. And I'm going to try to do this again next Sunday. I'm going to try to make this a weekly thing. I was definitely awake for it today. I don't know if that's going to be the case every Sunday. It's going to depend a lot on work the day before because I do work on Saturdays. So we'll see. I may even do them on Wednesdays as well, since right now I have Wednesdays off. But again, we will see. So thank you all for joining me today, and I hope you join me next week. And if you're looking for more, definitely check out the link in the description, see if you can find something that you're interested in. And I will see you guys all next time. All right. Bye, Dragonlings. Gotta make sure I press the right buttons.